just know that if I'm wearing a hat, that means I didn't want to do my hair.
Hello? You're currently on the phone with KCK. Yep, that's me.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. It is January 6th. Oh, this is not a good date, but it's January 6th, and it's 5:49 in the morning. I've been up since 4:30. Yeah. I'm on not like a strict diet, but I am doing, you guys are so sick of hearing about this. I'm doing intermittent fasting again, kind of. I guess I did technically yesterday because I hit my calories for the day. But so the first thing I wanted to do when I woke up was eat. And I was like 4:30. I've done it lots of times before, but eating at 4:30 in the morning seemed like a lot, but I'm like, I am so hungry. So I had some chicken with the seeds of change rice and quinoa and my Alani. I'm out of all my good flavors, so it's down to Orange Kiss, which just tastes like orange Fanta. I'm like, this will do, I guess. But yeah, I have been tracking my calorie intake since January 2nd. Calorie intake, calories burned, and how many steps I've taken each day. Like, let's see, what was it, Saturday? Yesterday and Saturday were like over 13,000 steps, and Sunday was like 1,100 steps. I slept so long on Sunday. Like, Saturday night, went to bed at like, I don't know, 9:30, and then woke up around it was like one of those days where you wake up and then go back to sleep and then wake up. So I think I actually got out of bed at 11. I'm like, this felt really good because it was kind of like dreary outside and it was just nice to just sit, you know. Anyway, I have a goal date. Like I feel like if I think this is like a normal thing, but if I just have a goal in mind without an end date, then I am less likely to reach it. So I have a goal date of it's like the end of February that I want to be at a certain, just looks wise. I can't remember if I told you guys this last time. I don't think so because I think I was going through my camera roll this last week, but I'm trying to compile a or like a videos of the year and make an end of year video. But I'm like, I gotta hurry because it's like I'm running out of time. And I found a video my friend Isabel took of me when we were at the lake paddleboarding, and she was on the beach and I was in the water on the paddleboard, and like it was far away and you could see my muscles. Like clear definition of muscles. Like I wasn't like shredded, but I had big muscles and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that I had gotten that in shape." And I'm like, "I want that back." And so that's what I did. I went to the gym yesterday. I've been to the gym several times last week, and it just feels good. It feels so good to go back to the gym. I just have a hard time going back into my routines once I stop them. So the goal this year is to stop stopping my routines so I don't have to keep restarting again. I have a certain I don't want to lose like weight necessarily. I want to lose body fat percentage. That's how I'm calculating it. So I think that's a little more healthy, but yeah, I am definitely in a calorie deficit, but I'm hitting all my like nutrition goals. Like I get 150 to 175 grams of protein per day, so it's like I'm doing well. I get a lot of fiber. I need to incorporate more vegetables because honestly, I could be eating tons of vegetables. Um, because like you can eat so many of those and the calorie count just goes up so slowly. Anyway, that's my little update. Also, like I know it's not like a new thing for someone to wear a hat when they have a bad hair day, but my hair is getting so long and I love it. But at the same time, like I'm trying to work yesterday and it's getting on my face. And the highlights are still in there. I've had 3 haircuts since I had my hair highlighted, and they're still there. See, look, it's like in my face again. But I'm trying to grow out the back, and I want the front to be long, but I think this might just be a little too long for my liking. Okay, what has happened since I've talked to you guys last? It was New Year's. I went and saw the finale of Stranger Things and then went to a rooftop New Year's party. And it was fun. A lot of people showed up. Like on the party full invite, there's only so many people that showed up, and then last minute, like people just kept adding themselves to the list. And it was fun to just see people walk through the door. It's like, oh, I didn't know you were coming here. And I was afraid it's gonna be too cold. It was not. It was a pretty decent temperature, honestly, for New Year's. I think yesterday it was like 50 something degrees in January in Utah. That is crazy. Although we are now getting like snow in the higher up elevations, so thank goodness the ski resorts are finally getting snow. I watched a documentary on TikTok. I think it was taken from somewhere, but they put it on TikTok like a clip of it, and it was talking about how Vail resorts, how they ruined skiing, the ski industry. They're the largest owner of ski resorts in the whole world, and they bought Park City and Canyons and merged them together, which I think I could be wrong, is the biggest ski resort in, I know it's at least the United States. I don't know about the world, but I think it's the biggest one ever. And it's huge. Did I ever tell you guys? So we used to get ski passes because our family friends, they like own a bunch of land where the ski resorts are at. And so they're like, do you want ski passes? We're like, sure. And I am totally content being on the bunny hill. I was totally happy doing that all day long. My sister, on the other hand, can do like crazy, crazy runs. And I'm like, I can't do that. The way she learned, though, she's kind of smart. She just stayed behind a group of people with an instructor and just stayed close enough behind them she could hear them, but not close enough like they'd be like, what are you doing? And she learned how to ski. I'm like, that, you just saved yourself like $600. And she's like, here, come with me, my friends. We're going to go on this hill. I'm like, no, I'm good. They're like, no, just come on. It's not that bad. We get to the top, and the only way down is this like triple black diamond hill. And I'm like, I cannot go on this. And she's like, well, it's not that bad. Like you'll be fine. I'm like, no, like, but I couldn't go back. There's no way I could not go back. So I ended up from Canyons. If you're aware, Canyons is like over here, right here, and Park City's over here, but they all merged together. And so I ended up on the Park City side when our timeshare's over here. And I was like, I get to the bottom. I made it miraculously. Don't know how. And I was like, all right, bye guys. They're like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going back to the hotel. And they're like, no, like you have to go back with us. I'm like, there's no way I can go back that way. It's a miracle I'm alive right now. So I literally had to get an Uber and drive it back to the timeshare because I uh couldn't go back on the ski lift. I'm like, I was perfectly fine with my little bunny hill, and they ended up all coming with me anyway. And the guy kind of got mad at me. He's like, next time you should choose one that says ski. I'm like, how am I supposed to know that? Like, what? Like, really? There is an option though for ski, like a ski, I don't know, vehicle, like so you can put all your skis on top, whatever. This guy had that, so I don't know why he's getting mad at me, but whatever. Yeah, so what was I talking about? Oh, other than that, it is warm in the valley. Like it's raining in January, which is so bizarre. But the party was fun. The party was a success. It was poppin'. It was whatever. Yeah, before that, I went and saw Stranger Things in theaters, and it was actually kind of nice. Like I almost cashed out my points at Cinemark to get concessions. And like I never order ahead. Like you can order ahead, and they'll have your concessions sitting on your seat. I'm like, I just don't trust people. Like, I don't, someone's going to take that. Like, that's got to have happened, right? Someone takes someone else's food that they deliver to your seat. So I was like, well, maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll just try having it ready for pickup because I had points that were going to expire. And I couldn't figure it out. What I was like, whatever, I'll just do it later. I'm glad I did because when I got there, I forgot we got a $20 voucher for concessions. Apparently, the Stranger Things in their contract, Netflix could not accept any money from the ticket sales for the movie theaters because of the actors' contracts. Like there wasn't a section or clause where uh, money from theaters that they could earn. You know what I mean? So they just let all the theaters keep all the money, which is actually kind of cool. And yeah, it came with like a $20. I think that's how they got around it. Like they sold it as a concession voucher, but you really got the movie too. So honestly, I was gonna go in there and have a small popcorn and sneak my bottle of water in. And I forgot the bottle of water, so I was like, okay, I'll just get one here. And I was like, well, I'll just get the meal deal because I'm trying to like use up this $20. Then I had like $2 left, so I'm like, well, just give me another bag of gummy worms. So it turned out to be not the healthiest, even though I was trying so hard. And yeah, I was excited because I was in a D box seat, which I had no idea I chose. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. I haven't been in one of these in a long time. The first time I did that, the seats were like in the front, not the front, but like the front section of the upper part. And I'm like, I don't like this. Everyone can see me like bouncing around and like it's like so awkward and embarrassing. This one was up higher and they didn't have the D-Box on, unfortunately. So, but what did I think of Stranger Things, the finale? I have mixed reviews. I thought it was gonna be a lot more action, to be honest with you, and it kind of like just wrapped up really quick. Also, I was confused. This might be a spoiler, maybe not. So if you don't want to listen to this, you can skip ahead, I don't know, like 5 minutes. There's a part where he's in the cave with that man when the man shoots him in the hand, Henry, who is also Vecna, who is also what do they call him? They call him something else too. I don't know. And in the suitcase this guy is holding is this rock. Meanwhile, Vecna is in that hive thing, like powering up or whatever. And it made it seem like Vecna was a completely different person than and that Henry was working for Vecna. But then people are like, no, Henry is Vecna. I'm like, but they said the stone was powered by what do they even call it? The Mind Slayer or whatever. And they flashed from Henry to Vecna and then back to Henry. And I'm like, so is Henry Vecna or is Henry working for Vecna? And I'm like, I'm so confused. Like that they just had way too many storylines. Like at the very end, they brought in that teacher again. I'm like, why are we adding more people? And the Holly is a whole new character, which I mean, she was kind of an integral part, but why not use some people you've already used? Like there was just too much going on for how quickly they wrapped it up. I feel like the first little batch was really good. Second one was kind of mid, and then the finale was just kind of like that's it, like we're done. I don't know. And then they kind of left it up to interpretation with who you thought died, which I don't know if they're setting up for a new series. They said that the rock thing that Henry gets is setting up for a new series. They also say Holly probably has her own series. I've also heard Nancy's gonna have her own series. I don't know. I feel like maybe it's just kind of done, you know? I feel like it could have the potential to turn into like The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead was huge. I mean, Stranger Things is bigger, obviously, but The Walking Dead was like massive. And then it just like died. Like it just what became so unpopular, people stopped watching it. But they have like 20 spin-off shows. And I'm like, who is watching all these? I think they still have shows going on. I don't know. I feel like it might just be get too saturated and people. I mean, this has been going on for 10 years. I think we can put it to rest. Like Netflix, you can come up with something different. I did hear Duffer Brothers was signed by Paramount. I don't know how big their deal was. We see. It does not say what the deal was, but it says Duffer Brothers, Matt and Ross Duffer, creators of Stranger Things, signed a 4-year exclusive deal with Paramount, a Skydance company, in August 2025, starting April 2026, to develop films, TV, and streaming content focusing on big screen theatrical movies. This movie from Netflix allows this move from Netflix allows them to pursue large-scale original films, a long-held ambition, while still managing Stranger Things projects at Netflix under their current deals. So they're still going. Paramount did say they were going to release a lot of movies in theaters. They said 30 a year, but that isn't that's a big commitment. I don't think they can fulfill that. I wonder how much the deal was. Apparently, it's very under wraps, which they probably did on purpose because Paramount has been laying people off left and right, even though their owners worth $300 million, 300 billion, $300 billion. Interesting, very interesting to me. Anyway, yeah, I didn't love. I didn't hate the ending. I didn't love the ending. It's just like the action wrapped up so quickly, and then I sat there. I was like, we have an hour of them saying goodbye. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this because I was already getting antsy because I wanted to leave to go to the party. And I'm like, so I'm literally like in the theater Googling how long are the credits for Stranger Things, which I think they were pretty long. I was like, how long does it last? How long I'm like, did I ever tell you I went with someone to, I'm so embarrassed to say this. I went to the Kanye West concert, not because like I sought it out. My friends wanted to go, and it was right when I quit my job and I was like on this whole freedom kick. Like I can go and do whatever I want. I have no job holding me down. And I wanted to go to Vegas. So that's why he was in Vegas. I'm not joking. I'm not saying this because I I do not like that man. I that was the worst concert I've ever been to. That was the most boring, worst, most awful concert I've ever been to in my life. First of all, you couldn't even see him. You could not even see him because he had the stage so dark. It was that one where he just like floated around the audience and like jumped up on that stage the whole time. It was so dark. You could not see a thing. I'm like, what? I mean, this is so. But the one of the girls that went with us, she said, or she was Googling, how long does a Kanye West concert last? And I was like, that is so funny. Because that's exactly what's going through my mind. I'm like, how long does this last? I'm not kidding. We went on the very last row, and literally there was no one behind us. It was the very last row, very top of the T-Mobile arena, and I could not get out of there fast enough. The trip was fun. I love the trip and everything, but yeah, that was kind of a lapse in judgment on my part going to Kanye West. But that was kind of when I was trying to like him for Kim Kardashian. I will say though, I'm trying to figure out how to cover it up. On the front of my shirt, it says St. Pablo tour or something. On the back, it's Kim and I think one of her friends playing tennis in her bikini. And I'm like, I love this shirt, but I want to get rid of the front part. So if anyone knows any seamstresses, anybody that can cover that up, LMK. But that's how I felt in Stranger Things. I was like, how long is this lasting? Like, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, some people didn't like the acting. Some people said it was rushed. I don't know. I just felt like season four was so good. So good. And then season five started out really good. And then it kind of just like, it was like they ran out of time. I was talking about something else that was seemed like that too. Like they kind of just like ran it. What this was recent. You guys help me. It feels like they just hurried and wrapped it up really. Oh, it was the housemaid. I'm looking at the book right now. It was the housemaid. It felt like at the very end, she was just like, "Oh, okay, I'm kind of done. I gotta finish this. Let's hurry and finish this because I gotta go." Like that's kind of how it felt. Anyway, Stranger Things was good. Could have been better. They still made a lot of money. I wonder how much they did make. I want at least Millie Bobby Brown. How much did Millie there we go. Millie Brown's earnings from Stranger Things escalated dramatically, starting around 30,000 per episode in season 1, rising to 250,000 to 300,000 by later seasons, potentially reaching 1.2 million per episode for the final season. Through the though she also secured a large separate deal with Netflix for her other projects, including Enola Holmes, contributing significantly to her estimated $20 million net worth. Good for her. She did an interview where she talked about growing up very, very poor. And it's like the first thing she bought was her whole family a house. She said, we never had our own house before, and we would never ever get our deposits back because our family was just so crazy. And like we had dogs, and just the house was always a mess. And we were just always worried if we're going to get kicked out or whatever. And she's like, so I bought them a house. So we never had to worry about that again. That is awesome. I think it was the Friends cast. The first thing Courtney Cox bought with her paycheck from Friends was a new Mercedes. And the first thing Matt LeBlanc bought, he plays Joey, was food, I think, like a hot meal. Like he was that broke. So I wonder what Courtney Cox had done before then, because in Leah Remini's book, what was that called? The one she wrote about Scientology. That is a very, very good book, if you guys are curious. That is one of my highly recommended celebrity books. It is Leah Remini, she's from King of Queens, but she was in Scientology for a long, long time, and now it's like her goal, her mission to take down Scientology. And her book was very, very good. What she talks about, she auditioned to be Monica on Friends, and she said there's a whole group of, or a whole waiting room of girls, like ladies, waiting to audition, and they said Courtney Cox walked out of the room, and they're all like, "Oh man," because they knew that she got it. She did. But yeah, okay. I don't know. What did you guys think of Stranger Things? Did you like it? How was the ending in your opinion? Like, do you feel like it could have been better? I just feel like they maybe needed like one or two more episodes. To be honest with you, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. It was fine. What else did I do? Oh, I went and saw the SpongeBob movie, and it sounds so dumb saying this, but it was just a little too childish. And I know SpongeBob is like a children's TV show, but like the original cartoon is just so much better. It's so much better than these movies they're pumping out. The first SpongeBob movie, I don't know why they can't keep that same animation. I don't know why they can't keep the same SpongeBob animation for all these new movies they're doing. Like they did the one in 2015 that was like the sponge out of water, and it's like half human looking, half animation. And I'm like, why? Why do we need that? Also, what was the other one they did? I think that like all of them have had different animations, and this one was the same. Plus, the storyline didn't make sense in this one. I know it's so stupid, but like obviously like they can do whatever they want because this is a made up show, but like this movie's about SpongeBob lifting not Davy Jones, the Flying Dutchman's curse. And they made it seem like he had never met SpongeBob before. But I'm like, SpongeBob has had like multiple episodes with the Flying Dutchman. The one most notably, you're good, you're good, you're good. Don't worry, Captain, we'll buff out all those scratches. But it was just like, this doesn't make sense because they already know each other. The show was funny, but like, I don't know. It was like they had to explain everything like that they were doing, even though they were doing it. So it's like they were catering it towards smaller kids. It was still fun. Like, it's still fun to watch the SpongeBob stuff, but why can't they just do regular SpongeBob? I don't get why they had to do these. It's a different animation for each movie. Um, we went to Fat Cats though and watched it. And Fat Cats, I think, is just a Utah, Arizona company, but it's one of those big. It's kind of like the Megaplex, the new one in Daybreak, where it's like it's got an arcade. This one has a bar, has an arcade, a bar, a restaurant, a bowling alley, and a movie theater all in one. And they have mini golf there too. But we'd never been there before, and we wanted to try the food because that's like a big thing now at theaters. And so you walk in, you can order online too, but we didn't do that. And you go to this kiosk thing and they like help you order your food and then they ask you what seat you are if you want it delivered to your seat. And so you tell them and they bring your food to your seat and the food was very good. I had the barbecue bacon cheeseburger with french fries. We got the what did we get? The loaded french fries to share and then Connor got the sliders. So they were all very good. Like I was highly impressed with this. I'm telling you, these seats were the best seats I've ever sat in a theater ever. I'm not kidding. They went back to almost zero gravity, but not quite. So it's not like you were straining to watch the screen, but it was like they were so plush. They were so squishy and comfortable. And just the way you were like laying back was so like euphoric. Like it was, they're the best theater seats I've ever sat in my life. But it's too bad because we'll probably go back, but like we're so loyal to Cinemark now. Megaplex has their own what am I trying to say? Like loyalty program. I don't have that. But Cinemark I do. I looked the other day, I've saved almost $600 since I've joined the Cinemark movie club. But yeah, I'm kind of loyal to Cinemark. I'm telling you, the food here was good, and so were the seats. Highly recommend if you're wondering. We went to the new one in Bluffdale. They went in Bluffdale. They went in Saratoga. The one in Provo, I think, is the original, but they don't have. It's just a bowling alley. I think bowling alley and arcade. Yeah, I recommend it. I recommend it. Okay, apparently Elvis's granddaughter is in a legal battle. Some guy is claiming that her baby. Let's see. Oh, yes, okay. I knew it was something interesting, and I was correct. So Riley Keough, that's Priscilla. Is Priscilla? No, no. Who's her mom? Why did I just forget her mom's name? Priscilla's her grandma. Oh my gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Why can I not? Lisa Marie. Lisa Marie. Okay. It says Riley Keough allegedly donated her eggs to John Travolta and late wife Kelly Preston for their son Ben, court documents claim. According to claims in a legal complaint obtained by People, Riley Keough, the daughter of Danny Keough and Lisa Marie Presley, allegedly donated her eggs to John Travolta and Kelly Preston, who later used them to welcome their son Benjamin. Weird. That's odd. How old is she? How old is she, and how old is the son Benjamin? She's 36. Ben is 15. I mean, I guess it works out. In an amended complaint filed by Priscilla Presley's former business associates Jake Cruz and Kevin Fialco against her son Navarone Garcia, on Tuesday, December 16th, it's alleged that Daisy Jones and the Six actress, 36, donated her eggs to the Grease star, 71, so he and his late wife could have their son, Benjamin, who is now 15 years old. Side note, I watched Jack Frost for the first time in a long, long time. That's a movie I think about a lot because I watched it when I was like a little kid quite often. Always reminds me of Landslide and the snowball fight. I think that's what it is. But Kelly Preston is the mom in it. I had no idea. RIP. The complaint states that immediately after Lisa Marie's death at 54 in January 2023, the entire Presley family clamored for control of the estate and for payouts using plaintiffs Cruz and Fialco as both negotiators and mediators. Michael Lockwood, Lisa Marie's ex-husband and father of Harper, and Finley Lockwood, approached plaintiff Cruz telling her that John Travolta's wife Kelly Preston had been unable to bear her own children, and Travolta and Presley previously used Lisa Marie's eggs to get pregnant. This is so bizarre. The complaint continues, noting that it's not bizarre that this like people donate their eggs or whatever. It's just like I mean, I guess obviously they're friends, but what a random like mingling of people. Noting that Lockwood claimed he and his children were financially destitute, and Cruz and Fialco worked to try to manage the constant chaos. The filing didn't clarify if the late singer's eggs produced a child for Travolta or Presley. Is this her husband? If this is Riley's husband, he's very, very attractive. According to the filing, Lockwood alleged that Travolta approached the family again in 2010, which is a year after his son Jet's tragic death. The court documents said that Lockwood claimed that Travolta needed to help salvage his career amid claims of sexual assault against other men, which threatened his career as a leading man. I didn't know that was happening. Per the complaint, Lockwood claimed that Travolta said he no longer wanted to use Lisa Marie's eggs because they did not want eggs with heroin. Oh my God. On them, and they orchestrated a deal where Riley Keough gave her eggs to Travolta so that Kelly could give birth to her son Ben. What? What? Why? If he said that to her, why would she be like, okay, just take my daughter's eggs? That is the most bizarre thing I've ever heard. In exchange for donating her eggs, the court document claims that Riley was given an old Jaguar, paid between $10,000 and $20,000 for the deal. This just keeps getting more interesting. The complaint also alleges that Lockwood wanted Cruz and Fialco to use the information to orchestrate a settlement for him and his daughters. However, according to the documents, when Garcia heard this news, he threw a tantrum demanding that plaintiffs keep Riley's and Travolta's son out of the press since Priscilla promised him that he would be the only male musician in the family and would now be the king. What? They claim that Garcia requested $1 million settlement. I am so confused at who is involved. It doesn't sound like John Travolta is the one suing. It sounds like Garcia. Who is this Garcia person? After losing motion after motion in this case and unsuccessfully seeking to have Presley's counsel of record, Marty Singer, is disqualified from representing him or her in this matter. Bridget Cruz and Kevin Fialco and their co-conspirators have demonstrated that there is no bar too low, no ethical line Presley, that they are unwilling to cross in an effort to cause further pain to Priscilla Presley and her family. Priscilla's attorney Marty Singer and Wayne Harmon said in a new statement to TMZ about the latest legal filing from Cruz and Falco. This goes on for a long time, but basically this is like a very, very messy thing. I just keep going back to her husband. Like, they're a very attractive couple. Riley Keough and Ben Smith Peterson. Oh wow, okay. Ben Smith Peterson, what is he in? Is he in something? Who is he? Married to Australian stuntman. Okay, he's Australian. That's why. That makes more sense. Who is Riley Keough's husband? All about Ben Smith Peterson. Let's see. Also, did you know Skims sells gym bags now? They're a lot of money, but they're really nice. Riley has been married to Australian stuntman Ben since 2015. The actress, who is the daughter of the late Lisa Marie Presley and musician Danny Keough, met Smith Peterson while filming Mad Max. That makes sense. Mad Max Fury Road. That movie is very good. That movie's really, really good. And it was on New York Times list of 100 best movies. The two were briefly introduced on set but didn't start dating until a year later while doing reshoots in Australia. Reshoots a year later? Is that like a normal thing to do? Keough's romance with the Australian stuntman moved quickly and the two announced their engagement in 2014. Less than a year later, the couple tied the knot in February 2015. My husband is such a good person, wrote Keough in a 2022 essay for Vogue Australia. He's calm and loyal and strong and sensitive. He's my best friend. I hope I can love my daughter the way you loved me, the way you loved my brother and my sisters, Smith Peterson said. In a January 2023, Smith Peterson spoke on behalf of his wife at Presley's memorial service. 2 years later, Keough's grandmother Priscilla Presley revealed that the couple had quietly welcomed another child in 2025. Recently. Wow, this couple is very good looking. Like, I want to see them in real life. I want to see them on the carpet. Okay, what's next? Oh, this one was interesting. Tom Brady and Alex Earl were seen getting cozy at is it a New Year's party? Alex Earl shares cryptic message amid Tom Brady romance. After the influencer is spotted cozying up with Tom Brady on the dance floor of New Year's Eve celebration in St. Bart's on December 31st, Alex shared a cheeky remark amid the media frenzy surrounding the pair's joint sighting. I don't know how to say this without sounding rude. She doesn't look 25. But it doesn't mean that she looks old, in my opinion. She just looks like she's more mature. Like she's just like come into her features more, which I feel like that happens like around 30-ish, you know? But she doesn't look old. I don't want you to get that twisted. It just surprises me that she's like 25 because she just seems so, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't think she looks old by any means at all. Don't get that wrong, but she just looks like she's more mature. Like she's just grown into her features more. Let's see. Rumor has it we're still dancing. The 25-year-old wrote in a caption on her January 3rd Instagram post, new friends, new memories, and new beginnings to start off the new year. Words can't describe how amazing this trip was. Oh wow! In the first pic of Carousel, the former Dancing with the Stars contestant who called it quits with Houston Texans wide receiver Braxton Berrios in December, can be spotted posing on a yacht donned in a red string bikini. Meanwhile, other snaps show Alex's star-studded company as she welcomes 2026. Alongside Nina Dobrev, Miles Teller, and Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell, did I ever tell you he is rumored to be dating the girl from Landman, the daughter? What was her name? I can't remember her name. Her and Allie Larder, who plays Brooke Wyndham from Legally Blonde, presented at the Critics' Choice Awards on Sunday night. But if you're curious, she's the daughter on land, man, and she's very pretty. And it seems that Alex's New Year's Eve at sea, including that party with former New England Patriots quarterback, couldn't have been better as she thanked those who made the shindig possible. Anyway, also, speaking of this, did you know that Giselle Bundchen had another baby? I had no idea she was even pregnant. I had no idea she's even married again. Maybe she's not married. You don't have to be married to have a baby. But you know what I mean? Crazy. She's like in her 40s, I think. She still looks amazing. And she had a baby. Like, her book also is very good. I keep bringing up the books a lot. Her book, I listened to it on the way to Oklahoma once. Shout out Oklahoma. And I don't know. I don't want to say I thought she was dumb, but you just think like I think the stigma or stereotype around models is they're not very smart. But I think a lot of them are smart. I think a lot of them they know that's just a stepping stone to get where they want. Because like Giselle had a net worth higher than Tom Brady's, and it still might be. Her net worth was like $400 million. But she's extremely smart, like extremely smart. And her book was very interesting. I like loved it. And to know that she's from a tiny village in Brazil, and she's a twin. Did you know that? She's a twin. Yeah, her book, Lee Rowney's book, Jessica Simpson's book. I love Drew Barrymore's book. I'm trying to think of who else I've read recently that I like. Speaking of that, we're going to get into books that are coming out this year. What time is it? Oh my gosh, you guys, I have to hurry. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm going to do just a few things. Venus Williams is married. She just got married. Amiano David and Dove Cameron are engaged. They are a cute couple. Oh, I forgot to say this. Running Point, Kate Hudson show on Netflix this year or last year was one of my favorite shows. I forgot to add that to my list. So I recommend watching it. Dakota Johnson and Role Model we're seeing getting cozy at a New Year's Eve party. Tom Brady and Alex Earl aren't the only ones. Evangeline Lilly, she was on Lost. I think that's where she kind of got her big break. I'm sure she did other things before that, but she's also in Ant-Man. Apparently, she has a condition where she has fainting spells. And I had no idea this happened, but she fainted on the beach somewhere and fell face first into a rock. And apparently she has like pretty bad brain damage now. She just released a statement saying it damaged her brain pretty badly. Like that's awful. That is awful. Let's see. Oh, Resorts World in Las Vegas. Honey, Las Vegas is not doing. Apparently, Resorts World loses over $300,000 per day in money in revenue. That is crazy. Kristen Stewart says she's committed to directing a Twilight remake. I would love to see this from Kristen's point of view. Aurora by Katy Perry is apparently 18 times platinum now, which 2 million more units and is double diamond. What? I wonder if there's any songs that are double diamond. Okay, yes, there are songs certified double diamond by the RIAA industry for exceeding 20 million units, with Post Malone and Swae Sunflower. Okay. Kendrick Lamar's Humble and Bruno Mars's Just the Way You Are. Really? That one? Interesting. Making them rare milestones. The certification means 20 million downloads or streams with 150 streams counting as one unit. Are those the only ones that are? These achievements are incredibly significant as diamond certification itself denotes 10 million units, making double diamond a monumental feat in the music sales industry. Um, Katy Perry has like 11 diamonds, I think. Has the most diamond songs. Drake has in a lawsuit right now, so this might not count. Um, Drake holds the record for the most RIAA Diamond certified songs, with 15 extending his lead over other artists like Post Malone, who has 9, Rihanna with 7. He recently achieved this milestone in late 2025, according to a collection of hits like God's Plan, Hotline Bling, and One Dance that have crossed 10 million units. Drake 15, Post Malone 9, Rihanna 7, The Weeknd 7, Bruno Mars 6, and Katy Perry 6. But Drake is in a lawsuit right now. Let's see. Drake lawsuit. Allegedly. Yeah, okay, here we go. It's called a RICO lawsuit. I don't know what that means. It says alleging illegal online casino promotion and music streams. I don't know if a casino means something different in music. This is the most chaotic website I've ever been on in my life. There is so much going on this website. Holy crap. Okay, it says Drake is facing a lawsuit over allegedly using online casino platform stake.us to artificially inflate streams of his music across major streaming platforms like Spotify. The lawsuit was filed on December 31st, 2025. They did it like right at the very end by law firm Impressa Legal Group on behalf of individuals like Lashana Ridley and Tiffany Hines who identify as stake users. Why would they? Why would they complain about that? Wouldn't you be making more money? Hurting them. Maybe it's hurting their sales. The complaint, which you can read here, alleges that Drake, alongside former streamer Adin Ross, George Wynn, and stake operator Sweepstakes Ltd., used the platform's tipping feature to obscure payments to bot operators who then generated fake streams of Drake's music. At the heart of the scheme, Drake, acting directly through the and willing and knowledgeable co-conspirators, has deployed automated bots and streaming farms to artificially inflate play counts of his music across major platforms such as Spotify. So there you go. Just if you think that your favorite artist is getting all those streams, besides Taylor Swift, but it might not happen. I feel like Taylor Swift, Ariana, The Weeknd, I'm hesitant about, but I do know he has a huge following. Ed Sheeran, I guess. I guess he has fans. I don't know. Who else is always on the top? Bad Bunny. I think that's a pretty legit one. But there are some people, it's like, how are you getting this many streams? And Drake is one of them in my mind. It's like, how is this possible? Okay, you guys, I'm so sorry. I have to hurry because I have to take cows to the auction soon. So I have to like wrap this up. Next time I will do a list of the movies and the celebrity books that are coming out. I want to do it this time, but there are some things I think aren't correct, so I want to make sure they're right before I do it, and I don't want to rush through it. Critics' Choice Awards were Sunday night, and Chelsea Handler hosted them. I love her; she's hilarious. But the one I wanted to note was Gladys from Weapons won Best Supporting Actress, and I just love that. She was like so like happy talking about it. She's like, I figured people would like Gladys, but you guys love Gladys. She's like, you guys love her so much, and that makes me so happy. She's like, I would just like to thank my fans. She's like, I know I sound like a singer thanking all their fans for coming to a show. She's like, but that's exactly how I feel. So I hope they're supposed to do a spin-off, not a spin-off, but like a prequel of Gladys's, like how she became Gladys. If you know Gladys, then you know that she's kind of a big deal. But okay, Rare Beauty is set to launch on Ulta on February 1st. I think they're exclusively in Sephora net right now. And Olivia Rodrigo. Oh, there's a few more. Meg Thee Stallion apparently opened up a Popeyes. So I love that. I love when celebrities just like keep making money. Like they just keep going into different ventures that really don't make sense. Like Dolly Parton with a theme park. Like, how does that make any sense? But it's so successful. I love people leveraging their success to do other things, to then leverage more success to just kind of like have a good portfolio, you know? Okay, lastly, I know this is a short episode. I'm sorry. Lastly, Olivia Rodrigo, let's see. Let's go to her website. On Olivia Rodrigo's website, it is a picture of a driver's license renewal like form. Department of Driving Home to You, Licensing Division, Sour Branch, 800 Great Park Boulevard, somewhere in the suburbs, California. 512. Oh, that's cool. It says driver's license file number, and it says 0521 2021, which means May 12th, 2021, which is when the song was released. Right? Is that right? Um, Maybe that's when the album was released. That might have been the album release date. Driver's license application for renewal. It says I'll be renewing online, in person at this date. Appointment information, date January 8th, 2026 at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Enter your email. Okay. They always get me. They always get me. Sign up for emails, updates from Olivia Rodrigo. So I'm curious if she's doing like an anniversary thing, maybe like a deluxe album for this, or if she's going to announce her new upcoming album. Rumor has it, because she apparently just broke up with her boyfriend, rumor has it she's going back to the beginning and rewriting some of this album, if not all of it. So hopefully, because, breakup albums, they're always so much better. When someone's in love, it's like, I'm so happy for you, but it's just hard to write about love, and make it fun and catchy and successful. So angsty heartbreak albums are much, much better. Anyway, that is it for me today, you guys. I hope you have a great week. And remember to go on YouTube and watch my YouTube shorts. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram. Watch the podcast on YouTube, please, please. Subscribe, like, comment. Like, I ask questions in these videos, so please answer them. Anyway, okay. Thanks for listening. Okay, bye.